All right. Hello, my name is Eric Cormier, and I serve as Vice President of Policy and Strategic Development for the Southwest Louisiana Economic Development Alliance, Chamber Southwest, based in Lake Charles, Louisiana. We are the economic development organization for the five parish area. And today, this is another episode of Alliance Chamber Insider. And today, our guest is Jason Wilbur. Jason is the CEO for Strategus Dynamics, based in DeRidder, Louisiana, and also a Chamber Southwest member. And let's first of all ask a real easy question, Jason. How are you doing? How's the family doing during COVID-19?
Family's great. My wife's an RN, so she kind of took the helm at all of this and attacked it just like it's flu season, with us and the kids, and just waiting for things to start getting back to some kind of semblance of normalcy right now. I'm sure that's the same for everybody.
Exactly. All right. Strategus Dynamics. What does your company do? And tell us how you started.
Well, so Strategus, or SDI for short, it's a private security firm, but we do a multitude of services. So we do we do the guard services, facilities, commercial buildings, mobile security patrols, which we just released in the Southwest Louisiana. So that's exciting. All that is we put our drivers, our security officers into a unit that looks like law enforcement. They check on businesses, residential buildings, and give some pretty detailed reports. And then we do a lot of consulting, whether it's drone services or within the security or regulatory space. So, Southwest Louisiana, we have a lot of refineries, LNG. So we do a lot of DHS, chemical facility anti-terrorism standards, Coast Guard, Maritime Transportation Security Act, and then everything into the business continuity side as well.
Now let's talk a little bit about that. Specific pandemic business continuity plans is on your website. And for someone who might be a small business, kind of give a broad outline of what that means.
So in a nutshell, a basic, business continuity plan, simply put, is just having a plan it's planning for the worst and having a plan for it. So like all of us here in Southwest Louisiana, should be at the top of everybody's list is a hurricane. What is your business going to do when a hurricane's inbound? You have a policy and procedure for it. Pandemic plans, essentially the same thing. There's a little bit more moving parts because you're dealing with people, not necessarily damage to a building or damage to equipment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what are you hearing in the streets from folks right now, or the traffic that you're seeing on social media? A lot of people are caught off guard, probably didn't have any plans. What's your insights on that?
Right out the gate, everybody, I think, was caught off guard by this. There's not too many. I know a lot of companies that we've dealt with that had pandemic plans. Even they just took, their basic flu policy and upgraded it to cover, COVID-19. But I know a lot of big companies as well as a lot of small that they weren't prepared for, their labor force, their workforce. All right, everybody, we got to shut down the office, shift to home, working remote, and a lot of business servers couldn't handle it. Right out the gate. I think a lot of places corrected it, but there was not a lot of people that had a pandemic plan to this magnitude to deal with this.
So as we move forward, and it's pretty much understood that this is going to be the new norm. From your vantage point, how would you define the new norm for today's businesses?
Oh, you're already seeing it in some places, especially, the big corporate headquarters is out in Houston. They're reorganizing their business spaces. There's cubicles, there's more space. I've seen everything from, like, when you go to Walmart, like, you got to go one way down this hallway, the other way down this. So, it is going to be the new normal, but I foresee a lot of people actually taking the time to incorporate pandemic plans into their business continuity now, just as they would if, a hurricane.
And it's kind of weird because pandemic, hurricane season, So we're going to say, as a chamber member, we're going to let you talk about your company and how you can help folks right now.
Well, we're like you already introduced. We're based locally. SDI was started on the basis of just doing consulting, and then unfortunately for us, we got into a lot of the security guard services and hired a ton of employees in January of this year. So we didn't qualify for any of the PPP or any of that, but we're still pushing forward. I know me personally and the rest of our team, we love helping out people locally because I feel sometimes there's a little bit of a shadow cast on our side of the world because we are so close to Houston. All the corporate headquarters, whole corporate headquarters are located there, and you got us out here. I mean, I spent a lot of time in Houston. Everybody knows Lake Charles, but when they hear it, it's the casinos.
Right.
There's a ton of business here, and so that's our big base. We just want to help people who are local. So I mean, somebody's got questions. I'm not one of those guys like, all right, I got to charge you $100 an hour to talk to me.
Right.
We've given out free templates to continuity plans just to help people out because that's what we got to do during situations like this. Is help each other.
So then, how does a person contact you and your company?
One easy way is just go to our website. It's www.sdinc or sdinc.us, and my personal email is jwilbur@sdinc.us. And we monitor everything. We do a lot of analytics and intelligence. So these dark rings under my eye have been earned. A lot of late nights. We run 24/7 operations.
All right then. Well, Jason, thank you for your time. Anything else you want to say before we close?
I just appreciate your time, Eric, and looking forward to things getting back on track, getting out there and seeing people again.
All righty then. Well, thank you, Jason. This has been another episode of Alliance Chambers Southwest Louisiana Insider. Again, I'm Eric Cormier, and until next time, have a great day.